Imagery in sport. What is it and why is it so important? The use of mental imagery in sport is vastly important and has been used for many years by many elite athletes, including the likes of Michael Phelps, Jessica Ennis-Hill, and Jonny Wilkinson. Wilkinson once commented on his use of imagery, saying, "You create the sights, sounds and smells, the atmosphere, the sensation and the nerves, right down to the early morning wake-up call and that feeling in your stomach. It helps your body get used to performing well under pressure." You could often see Wilkinson using his technique when he was performing a conversion in rugby, as he could be seen repeatedly visualising the ball's trajectory through the goalpost before he took his strike. So what is imagery? Imagery is when an athlete visualises themselves in their sporting environment and creates or rehearses a specific movement, activity or skill. Imagery involves the use of all your senses, including vision, sound, touch, smell and taste. There are two types of mental imagery. The first is internal mental imagery, so from your own perspective through your own eyes. The second is external mental imagery, so as if you were looking at your performance as if you were watching yourself. Why should you practice imagery? Imagery can be used by anyone at any time, even if it's not related to sport. There are also many benefits to using imagery in sport, including an increase in your confidence, relaxation and motivation levels, an increase in your ability to deal with stress and pressure. It can also decrease negative thoughts and anxiety. And by using imagery frequently, you can prepare yourself for competition with control and clarity. The PET-led model of imagery, designed by Holmes and Collins in 2001, presents the connection between the imagined and physical movements one might perceive. To ensure effective imagery, one should include 7 elements from the acronym PET-led. The first P stands for physical. For example, the physical attributes, like the kit you may be wearing. E stands for the environment around you. For example, if you're on a football pitch, there may be opponents and teammates around you. The first T stands for task, so visualize the details of the task. It should be reminded to envision yourself to your ability of expertise. For example, if you're an amateur player, don't imagine yourself as an elite athlete. The second T stands for timing. So visualize yourself carrying out the task in real time. However, some athletes visualize in slow motion for more complex tasks. L stands for learning, which represents the adaptation of task demands as the athlete progresses. E stands for emotion. So imagine the emotions you may be feeling in person as you're carrying out the task. Some emotions you may feel could include panic, anticipation, or fear. And lastly, P, perspective. So you can use imagery in the first person perspective, also known as internal imagery, or you can visualize in the third person perspective, also known as external imagery. For example, it may be stronger to use the third person perspective for tasks that include positioning, such as a line out in rugby. The first thing an athlete should do before using imagery is to define the task, skill, or movement at hand. For this example, we're going to use a penalty shot in football. Some athletes prefer to have their eyes closed when visualizing. However, it is up to you if you choose to close your eyes. Before we begin, take 3 deep, slow breaths to relax. In and out. In and out. In and out. Visualise yourself standing on the football pitch. You receive the ball from the referee. As you're walking back to the penalty mark, you have a feel of the football in your hands. Once you're back at the mark, you place the ball down. You can see the green grass around you and feel the ground through your boots. You move the ball with your dominant foot until you've found the perfect position ready for your strike. As you stand back up, you can feel the wind gently blow through your hair and against your kit. You take a look around. You can see your teammates and the opposition outside the penalty area. The fans up in the bleachers cheering you on. You can feel sweat on your forehead as the wind blows again. You look back in front of you towards the goal and the goalkeeper, and then back down at the ball again. You close your eyes, take a deep breath in for 3 seconds, then exhale. You imagine where you're going to shoot the ball in the goal. Will you aim to the left, the right, forward? As you open your eyes and step back a few steps away from the ball, you practice your run-up to calculate your strides. You hear the referee's whistle indicating that you can now take your shot when you're ready. As you prepare to take your penalty, you look up towards the goal one last time, giving no indication as to whereabouts you're going to shoot. Visualise yourself running up to the ball. Imagine your dominant leg kicking the ball hard, and visualise the trajectory of the ball soaring through the air and into the net as it flies past the goalkeeper, scoring the perfect goal. You hear the crowds erupt around you with cheers of success and excitement as your teammates run up and surround you to celebrate your success. You can practice your imagery at any point during the day for any part of your sport or for any other reason, such as relaxation. So remember to rehearse your mental imagery whenever you can, as the more you practice, the more efficient your imagery will be.